Hi everyone, welcome back to another Bodcast. It's episode 12. I'm here and Ian is here.
Hello.
That's a funny voice that you're putting on.
That's my voice.
I'm never sure what Ian's going to do when I say hello to him. So episode 12 is, are Lego investments inherently evil? That's the question. Discuss.
Yeah, so I guess there's a lot of different aspects of Lego investments. So you've got the scalpers.
They're evil.
They're definitely evil. So these are the ones who are buying sets that they know are going to be rare, specifically so that they can make a lot of money on them. So this we saw happening with the Ulysses probe, the Bricklink designer program.
Yep, the castle.
I think all of them ended up almost instantly available on eBay for ridiculous prices, despite the fact that eBay doesn't let you do that.
So how do they do it then?
You are not allowed to sell a pre-order set through eBay. You must have the eBay rules say you have to have the item you're selling. But of course, if no one complains, then it doesn't get taken down. But, so Lego could monitor that a lot more. So, so these are the people who are trying to
deny other people Lego and resell it to them like as a higher price.
Yeah.
So it's like take away from the market and sell it back to the same market kind of thing.
Yeah. So you've then got the set of people who treat Lego a bit like stocks and shares.
Yep.
So they're buying the sets when they're cheap and hoping to sell them when they're high.
Makes sense.
So these are the people who are looking for deals. They're often trying to get the sets from clearances. They're trying to predict which ones are going to go up in value. And there are a number of YouTube channels from people who do this kind of thing. And if you watch them, they seem generally reasonable people. They're trying to make sure that they're not taking all of the stock from a shop. If they go into the shop, they're trying to make sure that, particularly if they're buying it directly from Lego, they don't want to starve people from the sets. They will often go in and buy quite a lot of them if there's then a good gift with purchase, but they're trying not to do it to a ridiculous level. And
so they've got some sort of ethics to it.
Yeah. And part of that is kind of the people in the Lego store know them.
Yeah.
If you are a big Lego trader and you're constantly going in and buying stuff, they will realise what you're doing. And so if they see you as doing it in a way that's going to disadvantage other customers, they're going to be less helpful.
Yeah, they're going to pull the plug on you, and therefore it's in your best interests to do it in a nice way, I guess.
So I think...
So are they evil?
So I think within that set, you're going to have a spectrum. You're going to have those that are really good at respecting people's chances of getting hold of a set, and those which are kind of almost borderline scalpers at times. They're pouncing on the sets and stopping other people from getting them. But the big issue I have with those people are the kind of ones who, as I say, in a shop, they might make sure that you don't get they won't get all of them from the shelves, they'll leave some there. But if something comes up on Facebook Marketplace or something similar to that, they'll often pounce on a really good deal because they know they can then sell it relatively soon to get a decent profit. And that's when you're starting to kind of deny other people from being able to get stuff.
Because those are that's the secondary market.
Yeah.
So pouncing on that is just as if you're clearing out a secondary market shop, essentially. Yeah. So you should maybe have the same rules, because trying to find retired sets at a decent price is hard.
Yeah.
And picking up someone's set because they've decided they don't want it anymore and they just want to sell it on for a decent price is how you should be trying to get those sets.
Yeah.
So if someone who knows the value of Lego is coming along and just swooping in and taking all of that and then selling it on for more of a profit to those people who just want, that is mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. But because they see it as like a Facebook marketplace, it's a free-for-all, there's no rules and regulations there probably is less ethics involved. You probably think, oh, it's fine.
Well, there's no consequences.
Yeah.
And if there's no consequences, then you often find that ethics go out the window.
See, I look at Facebook Marketplace a lot, and I will look at the prices and I think, is that a good deal or not?
Yeah.
And often, or sometimes there are sets where I'm like, oh, I wasn't really interested in that set, but actually that's quite good value. Should I get it? and I think about it, and then I go, I don't really need it.
Yeah.
I'll leave it.
I mean, often when you're doing that, it's more of a job lot, and it's, well, I don't want those sets, but I do want those sets. And therefore, could I buy the whole bunch, sell the ones I don't really want to make back the money on the ones I do?
Yeah. I'm not going out of my
But then
way
you
to
never
buy.
actually sell anything. So, you know, that's...
It's true.
And then there's the people who just buy sets as an investment. So this is what we've done. So for each of the modulars, we have a second copy, which is our investment
one,
set. Yeah. So we are not trying to build up a massive portfolio. We're not hiring out storage containers that are kept at ideal conditions for all these boxes to be kept. We're not doing that kind of
We're just
investment level.
Putting a little bit of our current cash away in the form of Lego.
Yeah.
And we're not doing it to the extent that someone would be deprived of that Lego.
Yeah. And he said, we've never done it of buying something on the secondary market with the thought of, well, we're buying that purely so we can make money off it.
Yeah. I think we also got into it accidentally by ending up with 2 sets when we weren't expecting them. And it was like a couple of years later when we were like, oh, actually, that set's actually worth quite a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a good investment to start doing. And how is that any worse than investing in stocks and shares and like property and stuff? People who buy lots of houses.
Well, yeah, so stocks and shares, you are not depriving anyone because they can go and buy stocks and shares.
Yeah. You
are not taking anything away from anyone. Houses, on the other hand, a lot of people see it as a really evil thing to do. That at the moment, the country has housing issues all over the place because too many people have invested in houses. They're buying houses, forcing other people to rent them because they can't buy any houses because they've all been taken up.
Yeah, because I was thinking, oh, but you're not taking that house away, but I guess you're taking the opportunity to own a house away from someone. Yeah, and I guess we're also guilty of that, given that we have 2 houses. But we did that for our own needs as opposed to investment.
Yeah, that's no different to buying a big house.
Yeah.
Right. So Lego obviously sits somewhere between those 2 things. In an ideal world, Lego would be infinite, and you buying it doesn't stop anyone else from getting it.
Yeah.
But that's not the case.
Yeah, there's definitely a whole bunch of sets where there is very limited availability, and therefore buying those just to sell them on feels very wrong to me. But when you want to make investments, investing in things you understand makes sense. So I know nothing about which stocks or shares to invest in, but I know a lot about Lego because I like Lego.
Yeah.
So starting to invest in things you understand makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's just smart, really. Like, why would you invest somewhere else and have to learn that? But yeah, you've got to have that nice level to it.
And obviously Lego from an investment point of view is a really nice thing to get into because it's fairly safe. It is hard to lose money on investing in Lego.
Yep.
It is possible. Some sets go down in value. Some sets won't necessarily go up in value to beat inflation.
Right. Oh yeah, I never really factor in inflation when I think about these things. But at the end of it, if it all went horribly wrong and you had a set you couldn't make money on, you've got some Lego and you can build something.
That's true.
That's always a win.
And obviously, if you're buying sets that only just beat inflation, but they're taking up a huge amount of space, then is it actually worth it, kind of thing. But you are unlikely to lose all of your money, is essentially what I'm saying. You could sell those sets for a decentish price, get back most of the money you spent in it.
Yep. Unless, of course, I saw on Facebook the other day that someone had lots of sets, and I'm not entirely sure whether they were for investment, but they'd all gone mouldy.
All gone mouldy?
Yeah, some damp had gotten in, and all of the boxes had gone mouldy, and they were all sealed sets, so they obviously immediately have decreased the value of those. And that was quite sad to see.
They can still sell those sets.
Yes, because people will buy sets.
It will be less value because they will no longer have a box.
Yeah.
The instruction manuals could have gone as well.
Yeah.
But the pieces themselves
all fine.
are pretty much going to be fine.
Yeah.
So,
And you could still sell that as new Lego. Like, for someone who just wants to not have to clean their Lego when they buy it, that still counts.
yes.
If you don't care about the boxes and you're just going to throw them away, you get a slightly better deal, but you still get a decent set. So, I don't think this person was an investor. I think they were a collector, and they're a slightly different breed, I guess. They care about the artwork. They want to see all of the stuff.
Yes.
They don't want to sell it on, but they also don't want to build it. I don't quite understand those people.
Yeah, it's a special group of people.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I understand it with others. I like collecting things, but with Lego, the whole point is that you take it out of the box and use it. I don't understand not doing that. So, but then I've got a whole bunch of Lego that we don't build, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, we've just not got round.
It's called the
it.
backlog. One day. Are they evil on a different level? So we obviously did the podcast on sustainability of Lego. Are they polluting our planet by taking bricks into their homes and not using them, and therefore making more the requirement to build more, make more Lego higher because they aren't using those sets?
So that's hard to know, isn't it? So if investors were buying a set to a level where it drove Lego to make more of
extra
them,
production,
then that actually means that investment is less worth it. Because you're increasing the amount of it, and so therefore the scarcity decreases, and so it won't do as well afterwards. Things like SpongeBob SquarePants, Powerpuff Girls, Scooby-Doo, they didn't do particularly well, which means that in the aftermarket they're quite scarce.
Yeah.
And so that's really pushed up the prices of those.
So it's not that people hoarded those, they'd made more. No, because they are scarce. So. Yeah, and people don't, I guess, invest in the really, really popular lines like the city stuff that there is a high churn for.
Yeah.
Because Lego makes so many of those sets and there's just no point investing in them because they'll just replenish them. Yeah. So I guess they're not evil in the green sense of the word.
No, I don't think so.
And in fact, they are selling things on, therefore reusing things, I guess. It's tricky. So does a Lego investor have to sign up to a Lego Investors Club and agree to some ethics rules? Would that be the right way to go?
Be an interesting way to go, wouldn't it? Put up a Lego investor charter.
Yeah, code of ethics.
Yeah. I will not buy the last set from the shelf.
What if there's only one set in the shop?
Well, yeah.
Who are they hurting? Genuine Lego fans.
Yes.
But should those people not just be quicker? Playing
so I feel the people it's
advocate.
mainly going to hurt are the children.
It's hurting the children.
It's hurting the children. We must think of the children. Because they're the ones who aren't able to get the set from the shops, and they are less likely to be able to get it on the aftermarket.
But then that's how you end up with the AFOLs who have a white whale, who then go on to find that, and they spend their life in pursuit of it, and they get all that satisfaction when they actually finally get that white whale set.
Yeah, but I feel the white whale stuff should be a set that you kept thinking about getting but never did, as opposed to a set that you really wanted to get, but it was never on the shelves because other people kept buying it.
Is it as bad as it sounds? Name a set that people couldn't buy because of investors.
It's hard to know what extent it happened.
You mentioned the Ulysses space probe, but wasn't that also a massive mistake on Lego's part by underestimating the VIP demand for that?
Yes, set? It was a catastrophic failing. Failing's not a word. No. It was a catastrophic failing of Lego that then people really took advantage of.
I mean, I thought you could only get one code to buy that.
You could.
So how did people...
Per VIP account.
Oh, so people were creating extra VIP accounts to do it?
Scalpers will have multiple VIP accounts, yeah. Because it's not like they police it very well.
No.
I mean, their website says that a gift with purchase will only be sent
one to address.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the fact that we've got 2 VIP accounts and routinely get sent 2 of them because we order enough, and sometimes, purely because we've wanted to buy sets during the gift with purchase window, we've ended up with multiple of them because each time we order something, it turns up with it. If the limit is low enough, you tend to get them by accident.
The thing, they don't seem to police that very well. They seem better at, like, if you use the same VIP account, policing things like stock levels, so you can't buy more than 1 or 2 of a set.
Yeah.
But they don't seem to do the gift with purchase very well anymore. And I'm sure they used to. I'm sure, like, maybe we thought that they would be an issue and we've never actually seen it. I don't know.
Maybe we've never tested it.
I remember thinking about it before and going, well, we've got 2 addresses, we could use that.
Yeah. Another thing, what should Lego be doing about it? Do Lego care?
It doesn't.
They're selling sets?
Yeah, they just want to sell sets to whoever gives them money, surely. That's their main aim. Yeah. They don't care about...
And they own Bricklink, so if the investor's then selling through Bricklink, then Lego get another bite of the cherry as it goes through.
So in fact, they're probably wanting to encourage it.
Yeah. They probably want less people selling on eBay.
Yes, because they don't get anything from that. Yeah, it's tricky. I think they do sound a bit evil. We always knew that scalpers were evil, but I think there is definitely some level of it's okay to invest in Lego. I'm not telling everyone not to do it.
Yeah, no, I just think people need to think about what they're doing, think about the consequences of what they're doing, and act responsibly.
Yeah, I think if you're investing in Lego as an adult fan of Lego, then you should be thinking about how you would feel if you bought if someone else did what you're doing, kind of thing. Yeah. And therefore you were deprived of that set.
Right, imagine if you went into the store... Or you went to the store on launch day of a set that you were really interested in, you queued up outside, and then as you walked in, someone walked out with like all the copies of that set. Now, most of the times that can't happen because on launch days they limit the number of sales.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily true of all sets.
No.
The really big sets, they will often say, yes, you can only buy 1, or you can only buy 3, I think, or 5, and normally the levels they put on.
Yeah.
But it could be a small set that you're really excited about that Lego haven't thought about at all, and you happen to be at the same store as an investor who's decided that that's a really good set to get, and they're going to just steal all of them off the shelves.
Buy them all off the shelves.
Buy them all off the
shelves.
Don't
make them sound more evil than they are.
Okay.
But then...
I apologise to any investors out there for the use of emotive language.
But you can just wait. Are you saying that they should feel bad for denying that person that excitement? Because the person's still going to get that set.
But sometimes it can take a very long time to get that set. The bonsai tree.
Yeah, it did take a while.
Sold out on day 1 in the US and took several months before it actually made it back in stock.
But just wait. I guess I think I don't see it the right way because we still have such a backlog that we are never really itching to build a particular set. I guess how I felt about the Spring Lantern Festival, I was really keen to get that one straight away. And it came straight away. But we were stuck with the Brexit delays, and so we still did have to wait. But then I had plenty of Lego to be getting on with, so it eased the pain.
But again, not everyone has that.
No, I know.
For some
that's
people,
what I'm saying.
That might be the only Lego set they want.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's hard to put myself in their shoes when I have so much Lego. One day, I might feel like they do. When that day comes, I will agree that they are evil people. I think I agree now that there is some levels that is evil and some levels where you are just investing and that's okay. And it's all right to do that.
Yep. You can be an ethical investor or you can be scum.
Fair enough. Right, on that note, we will wrap up. Let us know what your thoughts are on the Lego investment topic in the comments below if you're on YouTube, or catch us on Instagram, anywhere else.
Feel free to suggest topics for future podcasts because we are slowly running out of ideas. I mean, we get new ideas as new things crop up that we can talk about, such as last week's where we talked about the 72-hour live stream. We didn't plan that months in advance.
That wasn't last week's, that was the week before.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow. Time's complicated.
It is. Even more so when you record them all in the same day. But anyway. So yeah, if you're on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to subscribe on all the other platforms. And we will catch you next week. Bye.
Bye.
You can say bye first, you know.
No.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.